The following program provides information on the proper use of hard hats and protective safety glasses. Please watch this program and review if necessary until you understand the material. Refer any questions about this program to your supervisor. Helmets and eye protection are the first line of defense against head and eye injuries and are the two most important pieces of safety equipment you will use. Hard hats have two components, an outer shell and an internal suspension that work together to provide protection. To maintain company-wide safety standards, only hard hats provided by Pacific Bell can be used by our employees. Hard hats should always be worn in the following situations: at all construction sites, when entering or leaving a manhole and when working under a manhole opening, when working aloft poles or platforms or when using aerial lifts, during pole placement or removal, working in trenches 3 feet deep or over, in attics and crawl spaces, when there is a possible accidental contact with electrically energized objects, at ground level when work is overhead, any time you are in an area posted as a hard hat area, and in any other situation where you may be subject to head injuries. When you first receive a helmet, you will need to install the suspension. Find the front of the helmet shell, which has a shorter brim than the back. Align the suspension's headband with the front of the shell. Snap each of the fasteners in place by pressing firmly. Loosen the headband adjustment knob on the back of the suspension and put the helmet on your head. Turn the headband knob until the helmet fits comfortably. To test for appropriate fit, you should be able to bend over and have the hat stay on firmly on your head. Regular inspection of your helmet is critical to maintaining your safety. Look for cracks and punctures on the outer shell and for any other type of damage that may weaken the helmet. Check the inner shell of the helmet for any scuffs and holes, and inner suspension for ripped or torn webbing. There should never be any paint on helmets. Paint, such as in the form of initials or names, may damage the plastic. Give the helmet a flex test periodically to make sure the material has not become brittle from age or exposure to sunlight. When storing your helmet, remember to keep it separate from your tools or anything that could damage the helmet. Never store your helmet in direct sunlight because the UV rays can damage the helmet. You can clean the shell and suspension in soap and water, but never use solvents or other harsh cleaning agents. Regular protective glasses are probably the most important piece of safety equipment you will have. When used properly, they provide protection from flying objects and are made to withstand impact from tools. Protective glasses must be worn at all times while performing, observing, or supervising work operations. Protective glasses not required for any clerical work, attending meetings, except where tools are demonstrated or used, where goggles are required instead of glasses. Inspect your glasses before putting them on. First, ensure that your glasses are safety glasses. Look for the manufacturer's ANSI, American National Standards Institute approval on your glasses, at the top center on non-prescription lenses, and near the hinge for prescription lenses. Frames are marked with Z87 on the earpiece. The lens surface should not be pitted or scratched. The frame should fit properly. It should not be bent or too loose. Adjust temples for proper fit. Check periodically for damage and return them for a new pair if any damage is discovered. Some work conditions will require special eye protection, either impact goggles or dust and splash impact goggles. Impact goggles are distinguished by air holes on the top or sides of the goggles. This provides protection from irritating liquids and flying objects. Impact goggles should be worn while drilling, chipping stone or brick, using a grinding wheel, or power stud driver. Dust and splash impact goggles are distinguished by their solid side panels and may also have splash-proof vents. These goggles will provide protection from liquids and dust. Dust and splash impact goggles should always be worn when working with liquids such as encapsulants, batteries, resin, solvent, and with activators, in cleaning operations with an air compressor, or when working above eye level where dirt and debris can be disrupted. Always inspect your goggles before wearing. Test the band's elasticity with a few firm tugs. Check the lens for scratches and cracks. Store in a safe place, but do not hang them from the head strap, which could stretch the strap prematurely. Wash your goggles periodically with soap and water. Proper and consistent use of hard hats and protective eyewear can help to ensure your health and safety on the job. If you're uncertain about the previous material, please review the program again and refer any questions to your supervisor.